Let me say first of all, before I answer your question, that you should always remember that in the United States there are three arms of government, and we tend to get carried away if one arm says something, but there are always three arms of government, and checks and balances are provided by that process. And so we ought not to get carried away. And secondly, that we are considered the U.S.'s third border. And as I said, our relationship is a long one, and the relationship endures. Now, in terms of illegal immigrants, yes, we know that there is an anti-immigrant sentiment. I usually say that we have climate change issues, and there's also a climate of change in the world, and it was alluded to before. Perhaps a backlash to globalization, which has done wonderful things. Severe poverty has gone from 1 in 4 to 1 in 10, but everybody has not felt that they have benefited from it. And so you have a rise of populism, nationalism, protectionism, whole sets of isms. And sometimes these things come up, whether it is the Windrush situation or the illegal immigrant situation, these things come out. And this will come to pass. Now, having said that, we have seen a rise in the number of illegal immigrants that are being deported. We must remember that what we try to do, how we try to counteract that, is to encourage persons who are there to get the legal immigrant status. And there are people who have green cards forever and don't become citizens. So we encourage them to become citizens. We also encourage people not to run afoul of the law. And so one of the things we are doing as we try to strengthen our diaspora to find out where they are everywhere is to build relationships that people who are getting in trouble with the law, we can have people who intervene, find support for them. Another thing we are trying to do is to get the U.S. government to see as part of the strategy of engagement. We have, in 2016, President Obama signed into the law the Caribbean 2020, Caribbean Strategic Engagement, and there were 6 pillars on which we engage, both as a country to country and region and U.S. And these include prosperity, energy, security, which is key, health, education, and diplomacy, which is diaspora engagement. And so we are getting them to help, and they're able to help us to identify our diaspora in various parts of the U.S., not only because it's important to investment, to exchange of information, but precisely so that they can help to mentor persons from the region who might be going down the wrong road. We're also trying to get them to look at crime, to see crime as a public health issue. And so look at it from that social point of view, the social determinants. So these are some of the things we are doing. Now, these things would have long-term effects. We won't see overnight effects. So at this point, ICE is determined to send persons home, and most of these persons will have come out of prison for one reason or another. Another concern we have is with the criminal justice reform, and those persons who may come out as a result of the criminal justice reform because they have their records expunged, or because they feel that they were punished too harshly, because we know the crimes for crack and crack cocaine were much harsher, for the punishment for crack cocaine much harsher than for powder cocaine, and crack cocaine was used in the black and brown community. And so we are engaging the U.S., in fact, we're engaging them on that, because I'm saying we need to look at that, because if more people are coming out of prison because of the criminal justice reform, would they be sent home? If we are saying that the punishment was too harsh, they should not have been in prison, will they be sent home? I put that to the State Department, and they are like, well, we didn't think about that, but maybe yes. And I'm saying that that is not fair. So in fact, right now, we're in the process of trying to get some legal advice, what it would mean for us, because that would have effect on illegal immigration. We're also trying to see ways in which we can get support to reintegrate those persons who are returned into society. So these are some of the arguments, the discussions we've been having. But bear in mind that there has been a change, and in fact the State Department, they've just staffed them fully. So we are just in the beginning throes of sorting out some of these things.